young European city, Budapest. Budapest is one of the most impressive cities in Europe. The capital of Hungary, a silhouette of tasteful architecture, has a fairy tale urban atmosphere that is awe-inspiring with its historical buildings. After all, it is a city that, together with Vienna, has the privilege of being the capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Budapest, whose historical beauties are meticulously preserved, is never boring with its fascinating panoramic view and simple and monumental structures. While walking around the city with the excitement of witnessing the past, you also feel the modern atmosphere of today. The romantic atmosphere accompanies the craziness as well as the splendor of the city. Budapest was founded in 1873 and can be said to be a fairly young city. This beautiful city has emerged from the merger of three different cities, Buda, Pest, and Obuda. In 1872, the three cities were connected. From this merger, this beautiful city emerged. One to the east, the other to the west. One more flashy and retrospective, the other more current and entertainment-oriented. Like cities with rivers running through them, Budapest seems to lie between two poles with different textures. Divided by the Danube River, the city has an almost flat geography on the Pest side, while Buda and further Obuda have hilly areas and ancient settlements. Budapest attractions. In its streets, squares, and monuments, Budapest bears the marks of a turbulent history and everything that has happened to Europe through the ages. Don't forget to bring your comfortable walking shoes, as the distances in Budapest are long. Despite its size, it is easy to travel on foot with its advanced transportation system, but it takes time. Good idea for those in a rush to get a Budapest card and use the metro system. Budapest is one of the cities with the richest museums in Eastern Europe. If you like to visit museums, it is a city that will make you happy. The most important of these are the Budapest National Museum, where archaeological artifacts, historical clothing, and tools are exhibited. The National Gallery and Library, the Ethnographic Museum, the Decorative Arts Museum, and the Far East Museum. Budapest baths also offer a unique and enjoyable experience. After all, anyone traveling deserves to be pampered once in a while. Many options here: playing chess in the Széchenyi thermal bath, swimming between the high columns of the Gellert bath, and examining the ceiling of the Rudis bath, one of the oldest examples of Budapest. Smarty Square. Smarty Square is the best starting point for a trip to Budapest. You can easily reach almost every part of Budapest from the square. It is named after the patriotic Hungarian poet Mihaly Vörösmarty. In the middle of Vörösmarty Tér is the Vörösmarty Monument, erected in 1908. In addition to the poet, the farmer and his daughter, people in traditional Hungarian clothing, a student, a worker, his wife, and little son are depicted on the monument. Váci Utka. Váci actually means street in Hungarian, so this is Utka Street. The pedestrian-only street has been Budapest's busiest since the 18th century. Most of the large buildings on the street were built in the 19th and early 20th centuries. There are many souvenir shops, hotels, bars, and cafes on the street, ideal for spending time in the evenings and walking. The Chain Bridge. The Chain Bridge, Lánchíd, is still one of the most beautiful bridges in the world. Lánchíd Bridge, the first and most famous of the 9 bridges connecting the Buda side of the city to the Pest side, has magnificent concrete blocks and iron chains. While it has an authentic and nostalgic appearance during the day, it takes on a different beauty when illuminated at night. You can see the city from a different angle by walking over the bridge. Fisherman's Castle. Built in the early 20th century to protect Budapest from enemies, Fisherman's Bastion is a lace-embroidered castle in neo-Gothic and neo-Romanesque architectural styles. The Fisherman's Bastion has 7 towers representing the 7 tribes that founded the country. It connects to the street below with its huge stairs, rigging patterned walls, and many decorations. The striking silhouette of Pest emerges from the terrace of the Fisherman's Bastion on Cale Hill. St. Stephen's Basilica. St. Stephen's Basilica is the city's largest and most magnificent church. Construction of the Roman Catholic Basilica in St. Stephen's Square, which took more than 50 years, was completed in the 1800s. Its impressive central dome, 96 meters high, is at the same height as the Houses of Parliament. It expresses the balance between state and religion. The basilica has a capacity of 8,500 people. The basilica's bell, weighing 9.5 tons, is the largest in the country. You can go up to the tower of the basilica by paying a fee. You can easily reach the church when you take the M3 line metro and get off at the Arany János stop. Andrusy Boulevard. Andrusy Boulevard, Andrusy út, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has been Budapest's most elegant main street since the last half of the 19th century. Many historical buildings, brand shops, cafes, and restaurants are lined up along the 2.5-kilometer street that starts in front of St. Stephen's Basilica and extends to Hero Square. There is a metro stop called Octagon in the center of Andrusy Avenue, which was built to connect the city center to the city park, Városliget. The Opera House and Terror House Museum are among the most important places to see on the boulevard. The boulevard, which hosts the embassies of foreign countries, is also known as the bureaucratic street of Budapest. Budapest food and drink. Budapest was hardly visited before 2014, but after its spectacular return, prices have almost tripled. Fortunately, this huge increase was not only in price, but also in the quality and variety of the dishes. Likewise, the number of restaurants has increased a lot. You can get a good meal for 1,200 forints if you know where to look. There are currently 2 Michelin-starred places in Budapest, which is quite surprising for this city of close to 2 million inhabitants. The existence of 4 to 5 Vietnamese restaurants in the city, where you can easily choose from the world cuisines today, was an idea that would not go beyond a dream 10 years ago. You can find sushi everywhere you go, but most of it is the same. However, in the city, where you can find a wide variety of French and Italian cuisines, you can also taste homemade traditional Hungarian and Hungarian Jewish classics. Shopping in Budapest. Budapest, the capital of Hungary, experienced an unexpected rapid growth in the years following its ascension to the European Union, and many new shops and shopping centers began to open all over the city. If you want to be a city that is both budget-friendly and great for shopping, Budapest is definitely your city. The beauty, history, and culture of the city can easily rival all the big cities of Europe, and Budapest has much more affordable prices than them. Budapest Main Street, Váci Utka, and Andrusy Boulevard, which offers a higher-level shopping experience, are the right addresses. Budapest Nightlife. Remember that you are in one of the most popular cities in Europe. Budapest has a colorful, dynamic, and vibrant nightlife atmosphere. The city is home to numerous jazz clubs, live music bars, discos, and nightclubs. The districts where Budapest nightlife is active are 7 Liszt Ferenc, Blaha Lutziv Korvin districts, Kaczynski, and Akakfa streets. Where to stay in Budapest. The districts of Budapest that host the most luxurious and popular accommodation alternatives are known as Castle Hill, Kalman Imre Utka, and Pest districts, and Lorink Pap tér, Váci, V. Roosevelt tér, and Erzsébet streets. For more suitable accommodation options, you can look at Dohány Utka, Viszkenház, and Kecskemety avenues.